This is Sarah.
And this is Mark.
In the past week or so, we have ordered motors from China because we were having issues with the brand we previously thought we were going to be including in our kit. So we did a little bit of research and found something that seemed better, Metal Gear digital type.
At a good price.
At a good price. So we got 10 samples, and they came rather quick, like within 3 days.
Yeah, from China.
From China.
It's amazing.
So we've been using them, and they work great, but we were seeing some of the same issues with them as we did with the other brand, the Power HDs, which was weird. So Mark can probably explain that.
Yeah, so I was like really scratching my head because on the new servos we were sampling, we were seeing this really jittery. They would twitch. They would literally twitch when they were running. So yeah, it was confounding. So I thought maybe it was a power supply issue. So I was working on that angle of it.
The voltage was also dropping.
Yeah, it was dropping the whole voltage of the whole system. So I was adding lots of extra capacitance bypass caps to our power supply. But I added a crap load of it, as much as you'd use in an audio amplifier, and one motor was still dropping the power supply. So that was
weird.
That shouldn't happen. That was like just wrong. So
it was resetting the board too, which is bad.
So I think what I narrowed it down to is whenever we were in I2C mode, which is how we're networking our robots together, the kits won't necessarily, unless you have more than one robot, you're not going to network them together, and you would never see this problem. But yeah, we were going to use I2C, and it turns out that I2C, for whatever reason, messes with the ability of the motors to work properly and smoothly. And my theory was that it was in Arduino that the I2C getting a data packet was messing with the timers that are used by the servos, the PWM timers. A friend of mine who is a chip designer, I chatted with him today, and he said that's probably what it is. You should stay away from I2C because it's slow and it sucks anyways. And so we moved to serial. We're using the serial lines, the RX-TX lines on the Arduino, which is already built in there. So
we had to kind of completely change what we thought we were doing for Mini Maker Faire this weekend, all last minute.
Yeah, 3 days before Mini Maker Faire, we're like changing it all.
So he's like hot gluing like RS-485
Yeah,
chips.
so the way so I2C is made to network your chips together. You just hook them all together. With serial, the way that you hook multiple serial devices together in a network is you use something called RS-485 or RS-422. So in our case, and they're both the same chip, it's just RS-422 is one direction. You have one master and many slaves, which is how we're using it. So I got some of the chips that do that. Turns out the chips are like 50 cents. They're not expensive. I made a circuit board for it and ordered it, but it won't even be until after Mini Maker Faire. So
in the meantime,
I took my sample chips and I glued them to a perf board. Mm-hmm. This is surface mount chips. Glued them to a perf board and under a microscope.
And broke them out.
Yeah, I hooked up the 8 wires to the connector using surgery.
Tiny wires.
Tiny wires. Yes. Yeah, so it's like doing surgery on 11 boards. So we're doing 10 robots plus a master. So that's 11 little circuit boards I had to make from using wires and perf board and surface mount. So
and he still has 4 to make before Saturday, and it's Thursday today.
Thursday night. So tonight I'm going to be soldering all night for 4 more boards, and it takes like 45 minutes per board to make. It's kind of grueling. Yeah.
But we need to get them all made and then test them tonight. So we'll be showing that too, because they need to work by today for Maker Faire on Saturday, and tomorrow we're going to be busy doing setup. But this week we've done some other prep for the Mini Maker Faire here in Las Vegas. I made some flyers. They're kind of cool, actually. They're like, oops.
And they under a black light they glow, which is awesome.
They're like shiny. Yeah. There's like different ones.
There's 4 different ones to hand out.
Yes. Yeah. So we have a bunch of these. We're going to spread them out on our table, and then people can take them and find out about our art installation or buy a Delta robot if they're wanting to adopt a yellow.
Yep.
Okay. I made a sign It's out of foam core and gaff tape. So that's our logo, and that's going in our booth tomorrow at Mini Maker Faire. In all of its neon yellow glory. One of the things we didn't really think a whole lot about until like the last couple of weeks is how our booth's going to be laid out and how we're actually going to be showing our army of robots off. Because for Mini Maker Faire, we're going to be displaying just 10, which is one pallet worth of Delta robots. But like the whole vision was that there would be enough that they would take up like the floor of an entire room, and we're not quite there yet. So until we get there, we're probably going to need to like put them on tables and keep them away from the throngs of people that are going to be reaching up and touching them. Oh my!
They're all chickening.
They're all doing. Oh. That's awesome. So it's the night before Mini Maker Faire, and this is just now coming together.
Yeah.
That's right. But that's all of them. They're all doing. So what are we doing tomorrow?
We'll get like a Guinness, wrap it in gaff tape, and then write with a silver Sharpie something like Monster Energy or something.
Soda?
Or Delta Soda.
Magic Delta Soda.
Yeah, and that way when we drink, nobody knows it's actually beer.